Hey everybody, this is Larry. This is me doing an extra prom on November 8th of 2022. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join me on Discord. Let me know what you think about this prom. I think I forgot to advertise it or talk about it in the daily prom. Hopefully you find this video. If not, that's okay. But do an extra prom with me. If you found the other one too easy or whatever, let's get started. Okay, so let's do unsolved one first, obviously. Yeah, let's kind of see if we can get another one. Okay, nope. We have to find one that hasn't done yet, so maybe I need to subscribe one of these days. All right, this looks really. Maybe I don't know if I want to do it. To be honest, this doesn't seem that hard, right? But this doesn't seem that hard. It just seems like a lot of if statements. Looks like real life though. All right, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna pick another one for today. I mean, I don't think that's interesting. It's just being careful and this is an SQL problem, so I'm gonna skip that too. It's a lot of skipping today, so sorry, friends. But at least you know that I'm real and live, so I'm not just like I don't know, like pre-picked a problem or something. Though maybe I'm running out of problems, so I don't know. But okay, let's take a look at this one. This one looks normal-ish, at least on first glance. Yeah, thanks for your support, friends and fam and whatever, whomever. Okay, 552 student attendance record 2. An attendance record for a student can be represented as a string where each character signifies whether the student is absent, late, or present that day. The record only contains 3 letters, A, L, and P. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, this is a little bit triggering because I remember when I was younger, and I'm a nerd, right? Maybe a bunch of people here are nerds anyway, so hit the like button if you're a nerd, or just give a shout out to all the nerds out there. But anyway, I was pissed because I had like perfect attendance except for I always take off for Chinese New Year, or Lunar New Year, depending on and that's just like the time I spend with my family, right? And I think back in those days they didn't really at least in New York, I mean, I don't know, the world is really big, right? They didn't really, I mean, it just was an absence, right? Whatever it is. I mean, maybe so. I never got those attendance awards, even though I pretty much never missed a class. I mean, I didn't do much in class, but that's that's another story for another time. All right, let's take a look at this problem actually. Hope you enjoyed that anecdote. Anecdote? Anecdote? Yeah. I'm giving people poison, that's what I need. Okay, anyway. Attendance record for a student, so you have A, L, and P. Okay. Absence fewer than 2 days, never late 3 consecutive days. Okay, that seems pretty straightforward. Oh, wait, that misunderstood. Oh, I thought they were just going to give you a thing and then you validate or something. I don't know what I was thinking of, but just number of valid counts. Okay, so first thing is noticing the mod. So okay, so now we get that out of the way, and then maybe I will forget anyway. This is 10 n is equal to 10 to the 5th, so this is clearly if a combinatorial problem, usually solved with dynamic programming. I do not expect this case to be different. So what we want to do is kind of just, the way that I always, and I'm going to write this tops down for learning purposes. And here, the tricky thing is just really list out every possible case. So let's get to it. So let's just say count, and let's just say we have left, like how many days we have left, right? So we have 0 days left, then we return 1 possibility because we assume everything is valid. There may be more dimensions, but I'm just trying to think about it, as we're talking about it. So the 2 things we have to keep track of, right? One is absences, and the other one is latenesses, right? Late, whatever. And then we can kind of just build rules that way, right? So, okay, yeah. So now we just count them up, right? So total is equal to 0. So then let's say the 1 possibility is just left minus 1, absences, late, right? Meaning that you were just present, nothing, very basic case. Let me actually add a note, I suppose. The other one is, well, you're absent, right? So then now, you know, you took 1 day off, and then absence is -1, and then lateness, right? And of course, you only do this if absence is greater than 0, because otherwise this goes into negative, and that's no bueno. And then the last is obviously lateness. So if late is greater than, so I messed up in the previous one, so hang on though. 3 consecutive or more day, never. So that means that if this was, maybe we could just write it this way. So then, so it's, I know that you can, you know, subtract 1 from both sides and stuff like this, for example, but this allows you to be like hyper precise about what you mean, right? Or like it maps to the real one, more one-to-one, if you ask me. Okay. Absence is -1, maybe even +1. I'll do it this way: late +1, right? And also because it's consecutive, that means that every time you do something else, it resets. Oops, it resets to 0, right? And that's pretty much it. And then we return total, and then we do count of n. Absences, we start with 2, and then late is 0, and that's pretty much it. I mean, obviously we have to memorize, but let's run it real quick. This may time out actually, but that's okay. This actually will time out, is not maybe, but yeah, I just wanted to see whether this works. Well, just ran by. I didn't realize they get, sometimes they usually don't give you a big. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Let's do 10 for now. This should run. Okay, so then now we could actually see what's up. 2, 8 records of 2. That's Oh, I thought that the answer was 2, and I was putting out 9. Okay, so what am I missing? Why do I think it's 9? Because AA. So we have 2, we have 1, and 0. Did I miss with this? Strictly fewer than 2, not 2 or fewer. Whoops. So that means 1 or 0, right? So okay. So that's an easy fix, right? Okay, maybe not. Oh, what the, whoops, this is a typo. So like I said, the hardest part is just making sure you don't make silly mistakes like this, and then now you're good, right? If it works for 10, it probably is good. Though obviously doing a contest or interview, you don't know that. But yeah, next of course is just the memorization, and this part, you know, should be pretty straightforward. We do a lot of dynamic programming videos in this server and this channel, so yeah, you know how I'm gonna do it. Basically, yeah. Force times, let's see. So left has some, how many, could be at most 3, for 2, for n plus 1, right? And then we do the same thing for cache, right? And then maybe just like write none. Okay, and then now if has cache of left, absences, late, then yeah, just return the cache, right? As simple as that, as I always do. And then of course in the end, don't forget to you know, set the answers up. And that's it. Of course, I would also say, what is the mod again? 10 to the 9 times 7 or something? Yeah. I would say in other languages you might have to be careful with the modding. I'm a little bit lazy with the modding, just because, oh, I should have ran the big case first. Oh well. Also because I think none of my things actually mod. But wait, sad. This time's out actually. Why is it so long? Huh. Really? Did I have a So that's just 300,000. I guess 600,000 space. Yeah. I mean, this is not fast, but it's not that slow, so I don't know. But let's talk about this a little bit first before I optimize. What was I going to talk about? Oh yeah, the overflows. So yeah, you have to be careful about the overflows. But as you can see, that's a little bit annoying. I mean, we can do it bottoms up. That that's not a thing. But I wonder why they make the cases so weird. They don't tell you X out of X or whatever. I thought that they used to give you more detail about it. Do they not? Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I think this is conceptually right, and you can kind of see it, right? Like for this big number, even though it took a minute, it's right. The only thing is that this, there's just too many recursion, I guess. So yeah, it is what it is. Let me see if I can figure. Someone told me this trick. I don't know if it works. Well, there's another trick, but I don't want to do it. Well, I want to see just for curious sake. Because the reason why this is so much faster, and I don't know if this is just like a thing that I'm running it again, like maybe that just happens for that case. Okay, maybe that was just very random, but you can see that like just for these 3 inputs, one of them is big. It jumps from 1 second to 1.8 seconds, right? So that's just like really silly if you ask me. And now we're getting unknown network error. So this is kind of one of those classic Leetcode silliness. Like who knows what's the situation things. I hope I don't have to change language, but yeah, I mean now I guess we have to do what we have to do, which is to yeah, I guess we do the same code. Is it because no, I'm trying to think. No, I think so one thing about memoization that is advantageous for memoization is that versus bottom up is that top down, sometimes you don't reach all the states. Like not all the states are possible. But in this case, you can kind of think about how the recursion gets structured. And in this case, I think every state is maybe like one of the first few states are not possible, but for the most part, every state is going to be used. So in this case, yeah, we just have to do it another way. Like there's no because if you change the key to like because one thing that might be a time. What I was thinking was that one of the things that might be time limiting is that it takes time to allocate all this space, but and I'm not going to. Yeah. It takes time to allocate all this space, so you don't want to. If you don't use all of that space, you don't want to take time allocating it. But in this case, you're going to use most of it anyway. There's another hack that you can do on Leetcode that, just to be clear, I am aware of, because for this problem, there's only 10 to the fifth possibility, so you can kind of just like pre-run it once, and then everything else just go through that. And then it'll take like 2 seconds, I guess, because that's the case that they gave us. But I don't want to do it that way because I feel like that's not in the spirit of the problem. But I don't know. We'll see. I guess we already have this code, so I could delete it. But yeah. But now we're just gonna do DP, and we are gonna just copy this a little bit. And I think we don't even need to copy this because we can reduce the space, and maybe with the reduction of space, it'll be a little bit faster. But basically what we're doing is, then now we have, let's just say 6 elements. And then you have, let's say PDP, which I just used for previous DP. Yeah, so then here the previous is 0 and then 0, right? Maybe. And then now for I in range of n plus 1, well, we start with 1, I suppose. And then on the 0 case, what do we do? 0 case, so this is DP of absence and lateness, right? Yeah, so then in the previous case of 0, 0 is going to be 1, and that's really it because there's no streak. Okay, right, and then yeah, and then for j in range of strictly 2, for k in range of less than 3, so 0, 2, 3, okay, then dp of jk is incremented by pdp of, so if we're present, so this is if we're present, right? Yeah, so this is present, we increment the previous day's well, the lateness is 0, so yeah, and the absence is the same. If this is an absent, then if if j minus 1 is greater than 0, then dp of jk we add it to pd j minus 1 also 0. Otherwise, if this is late, then if k minus 1 is greater than 0, then dp of jk pdp jk minus 1, something like this, right? Don't know if this is right. Of course, we have to mod it. Okay, and then at the end we do pdp is equal to dp. I mean, there are a couple of ways you can write this, but I'm just going to do it this way for now. And then we set it again. So this actually allocates too much space, so that's why this is not as good as if we just reset it. But I don't think it takes that much time, only because if you loop through it, you still have to, you know, it still takes time to loop through it. I don't know, we'll see. At the very end, then we do sum of dp of j for j in range of 2, and then sum of this, something like that. Maybe I have to mod actually. Would also be nice if this is correct though. So did I mess up? Maybe I messed up some setup. That's weird, right? All right, let's kill this case because it's well, let's just run it, see if it complains about printing too much. Okay. So this is clearly not right because there are more than 3 cases of which so j is 0, so no absences, right? Did I mess this up? Unclearly, but how did it become 0 though? Why is it returning 0 as the answer? Did I mess that up? Oh, well, that's because I do this, so maybe I need to do pdp. Oops. Maybe this is right, I don't know. I just kind of, because I reset it afterwards, that's why. Okay, this is still wrong, but that's okay. I'm gonna do this here instead. I think that's a little bit better. Anyway. Okay, let's look at this case and just give it. Okay, let's print dp. Maybe did I miss a case? Because I think sometimes it's easy for this to miss a case as a result. I think there's something wrong with the way that we. Is that true? Huh. Okay, let's take a look at the n is equal to 2 case. I can't even click on it. Why is that? This UI is so weird. I'm trying to click on the other one, but okay. Now my browser is a little acting up. I think it's because maybe it's trying to load too much for this case or something. Because I printed too much. I mean, it's very annoying because we just effectively solved this problem like 15 minutes ago, and now I have to, this is very stereotypical Leetcode things. Like the same thing that I complain about all the time, and now my browser doesn't even work. Oh, okay, there we go. Just gonna click on test case. Let's refresh. Maybe I could do okay on the refresh. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, maybe that's fine. Let's remove this one so I could keep the print. Let's actually do like a 5. Okay, this is definitely weird because that should not be. There's only one way. No, because the first number is definitely wrong, because the first number is if it has 0 absences and 0 whatever, right? And that's just not right. Because that's just not right, because no, that's not true. Maybe that is right, because there's only one way that it is present all the time. These things are sometimes tough. I could also do push, I suppose, because that was more intuitive, but so 0 and 1, is that right? Yeah, only so if this one's, if the last one is absent, then we want to do this. Okay, if the last one is late, we want to do this. That sounds right. So what am I doing wrong? Okay, so 1, even for 1 we are wrong. We run through this loop once, and I guess this is wrong actually, isn't it? Because for 0, 0, 0 case is 1. No, that should be okay. And then so that means that 3 things have to hit this, but way more things hit this. So after 1 iteration, what does that mean? That means that this is of 0 absences. The 2 ways to get that doesn't seem right? That means that PDB of 1, 0. That's 1. Okay. This should only hit. Why is that? Huh. Okay, so 0, 0 hits this one. That's good. And then this is 0, 1. So 0, 1. Okay, I see. I see what's happening, but let me think. So 0, 1 means that it starts with lateness, but that is not possible. So how are we preventing that from incrementing? Huh. That is interesting. Because basically we have an actual impossible state, even though we said that there were very few of them, and that's why they're skewing up the numbers, though we're undercounting on the later ones. So yeah, these things are hard. So let's rewrite this another way then. Let's see. Right, so okay, let's say DP of, so let's say now we're looking at PDFJ. Okay, so then here we go. Okay, let's do push. Maybe I've been confused about it. Okay, is greater than 0. Then we do this thing where, okay, then DP of, so yeah, J0 increment by this, and then that's present. I guess if it's 0 it doesn't matter, but absent is equal to dp of j plus 1 k no 0 add this, and this is only if j plus 1 is less than 2, and then late, right, is if k plus 1 is less than 3, I think, yeah, then j k plus 1 right. Okay. We have to do some modding at some point, but that's okay. Okay, so now this is right. I mean, I have to examine the other one. I think the impossible cases are just a little bit weird, that's all. And then now let's run it for what is it, 101, and also another one that's like just, why not, right? Let's see how long that takes. The other one took about 1.8 seconds or something, so this one should be faster, but we'll see. Let's give it a submit, because we did 2 big-ish cases, so maybe it's faster. If this is still not fast enough, I blame on Leetcode, because unless I'm missing something really obvious, like a dimension or something, this is pretty much as fast as you can get. I mean, there's another way of doing it with matrix multiplication, but I'm not going to go that way. Also, not going to talk about that particular one, though you could, but there is a way to construct a 3x3 matrix multiplication things. Okay, well, listen, I am going to do the hack and then see if there's a. I didn't want to do the one-off hack, but I guess we're doing it because I mean, because I don't want to do the matrix multiplication, because I mean, I know how to do it, but I don't want to explain it today. Maybe you could use numpy or something, numpy. What a mess. I need to go get milk, actually. So this is actually very annoying, because we had this like 5 minutes in, or maybe a little bit longer. So I don't know. But as you can see, Leetcode is sometimes just really silly. So yeah. Okay. I think this is right. I don't know if this is how you do it. Whatever. Oops. Dot cache. Gotta go get some milk before the store closes. So. Yeah, well. That's weird. I don't know how to do the thing, I guess, but I think I'm just off by 1. But I thought that it I don't even print anything. Is it not a? Is that not how I do it? I don't know. Maybe I have to do it outside. I don't remember. So this is like very Leetcode specific, just to be clear. So that's why I don't. It's not something that I recommend, so that's why I don't really think about it. But I'm over this farm. We always solved the problem. Now we're just doing Leetcode stupid things. So, and I refuse to do any more. We convert it to bottoms up. That's good enough for me. At least. Why is this not doing anything though? Or like, why is it returning none? That's weird, right? I thought that's how you do it, but I forget how to do it, maybe. Let me see if I can ask someone. Like, why is it not even printing anything? I guess that's the thing, right? Like, I mean, there we go. So that works, but then why not? Does it not have the right number, or what's going on? Is it gonna print too much? Maybe. Okay. So n is equal to 1. So why is it not outputting that? Oh, is that inside the if statement? Is that why? Whoops, that's just silly then. Okay, that's just me being dumb. I can't tell because this takes up too much of the thing, that's why. This is a very silly optimization. I don't recommend it. And as you can see, there's 4 cases. We can probably add a couple more. That's like, 10,000. And it still doesn't take that much longer because we're just using the cache ones. I just didn't align the if statements because we wrote so much code, I guess. So let's give it a submit. This should work, and we could have done it earlier, but like I said, I'm not really happy about this because this is just a silly optimization. So I don't know. I mean, I know the matrix multiplication one, and maybe that'll be fast enough, but I'm actually curious what's the, like, I guess you could define more linear series, but still. Huh, log of it. Oh, well, I mean, this is just a matrix multiplication. Okay, yeah, I knew that one, like we said. So I think our solution is fast enough. Maybe, oh, maybe not. Maybe there's some reduction thing here. But that's, I don't think we do that much more work. So I think this is just, I don't know. Maybe I'm really wrong. Is there a Python solution? I see. That's actually cute. So maybe, I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like this is such a minor optimization. Meh. All right, that's all I have for this one. I don't know. I don't know what to make of this one. Oh, but running time hopefully should be clear because we did a dynamic programming top down or bottom up, which is that it is going to be n times 3 times 2, so that's just 6 times n, right? That's why I'm like really annoyed that you have to do. I mean, yeah, I know that the other way is faster, but it's only 6 times faster. So I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, okay. That's all I have for this one. Let me know what you think. This took way too long. So stay good, stay healthy, to good mental health. I'll see y'all later and take care. Bye bye.